hello there, everyone. Ollie's at the wheel. Don't we love it all? Give Ollie a lifetime contract. Ollie is definitely at the wheel. But what a fabulous day it has been. Hello, everyone. Hopefully, all of you are on a fantastic day wherever you are around the world. And welcome, of course, to our post match reaction to Liverpool's 5-0, yes, 5-0 victory over Manchester United. It is five. It is five. But as you can see, I am joined by a very special guest, and that's Mr. Jack Mac LFC. Jack, how are you feeling after the amazing 5-0 victory over Manchester United?
Cheers for having me on, mate. Hopefully everyone in their homes having a lovely evening, night, morning, probably week that you will have. But yeah, fantastic performance, which we'll deep dive into the result, mate. But yeah, beyond expectations, really. There's winning at Old Trafford, then there's this, like winning at Old Trafford.
It's winning at Old Trafford, or it's battering United at Old Trafford, which I think is
pull
the better.
the pants down and slapping her ass.
Well, that's a bit of connotation, but you know what? Screw it. You know what a win it was, guys. And you know, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let us know who you think was your man of the match, and yeah, just let us know your thoughts about the game itself. Notice there's no Man United fans on Twitter, no fans on Instagram, no fans on YouTube. They've all gone into hiding because
they'll pop up in a couple of weeks, mate. If United win 5 games in a run, then they'll be piping up. We'll see them again.
Okay, yeah, of course. Guys in St. Colin, Ollie at the bloody May. Well, he's at a bloody May, and he's also at the wheel as well. Lifetime contract. Chris says, watching the scum getting battered, Ollie at the wheel, aren't we at our we weren't even at our best still enough to batter them. I'm getting pissed tonight. Don't worry, the Reds, get in it, Chris, but please, of course, drink responsibly as always. My man, my main stand out tonight was Kanate, Hendo, and Salah. We will talk about Ibu, of course. Getting his Premier League away debut anyway, of course, in a big game, of course, against Manchester United. Ollie needs time. Trust the process. Man United fans, don't be disrespectful. Well, let's get straight into that then, Jack. You know, the lineup comes out, and there's no Fabinho, no Joel Matip. Ibrahim Kanate is brought in. No Sadio Mane neither. That's the other thing I think we have to mention as well. There was no Sadio Mane. Of course, he was on the bench. Fabinho looks like he will be back next week, but it was a slight little knock on his knee, supposedly, that Jurgen did mention after the game. But, you know, what were your thoughts before the game? Because I think, you know, we spoke just beforehand and we said that midfield would be the crucial battle for the game. But what were your thoughts before the game?
Yeah, with Kanate, mate, we went to the pre-season game and everyone probably watched him. And he didn't look out of place. He looks comfortable. Obviously, we've seen highlights. I don't think it was probably a lot of his that you watch a lot of Bundesliga football, but in pre-season and the one appearance he had in the Premier League, he looks at ease. The way in which Liverpool, the system we play, is obviously that's why we signed him. He suits the Liverpool system. Fantastic performance by him, mate. He's only 21, 22. Didn't put a foot wrong, and it's very difficult. I don't think a lot of people are giving him as much credit as he deserves. The fact that he's come into probably the biggest game of Liverpool season, regardless of how good or bad Man United play throughout the season, it's probably the most difficult fixture to go, just due to the severity. Yes, we talk about City, but in terms of the pressure around the world, this game would have been viewed by absolute millions, in the hundreds of millions, probably billions even possibly. But remarkable. Midfielders, we did discuss before we come on done our shows, mates. It was the key factor. Obviously, look at Manchester United. We looked at their performance against Atalanta, and you did scratch your head. I think all of us did, and went, even if Liverpool have a 10-minute period within this game that they did against Atalanta, we'd absolutely run riot, and we did. We toyed with them. Yes, Fabinho, I spoke to you as well before the game did cut off. I was not concerned, but I was worried to see if the likes of Ronaldo, Fernandes did get those spaces and that. But Liverpool's midfield, as we said, Naby, probably one of his best performances in a red shirt. Henderson, given that valued protection, most importantly, to Trent in the areas when it was needed, when Liverpool had their backs to the wall. Not in a bad way, but we were very resolute in terms of our defending. And James Milner, sadly, did come off, but Curtis Jones, yet again, talk about Ebu. Curtis Jones, when he did come on, when he was called upon, didn't put a foot wrong. I just wish that goal flew in from Trent, mate. I was hoping for a very similar moment of a certain Scouser kissing the camera lens and running to the corner and giving it biggins to all the Old Trafford faithful.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And yeah, I absolutely agree with you. Look, for me personally, I don't think Liverpool got out of second gear. Third gear, maybe third gear, a push, at times. But apart from that, for me, Liverpool were, and this is the thing, see, where of course, Sky Sports was just totally focused on Manchester United and what's wrong with Manchester United. For me, and me and you have said this for a very long time. Manchester United not in the same bracket as Liverpool Football Club at this moment in time. Historically, yes, like Liverpool, Manchester United are the two best, but at the moment on that football pitch and managerial wise, Liverpool are miles ahead. There are three teams in this league that are frightening, and that is us, Manchester City, and Chelsea. That's the main title fight. Manchester United now are 9 points off Chelsea at the top of the league. They are not in the race at all. And look a month ago, guys. Manchester United were getting picked as favourites to win the league. Gary Neville a week ago said that Manchester United would finish second.
It's all the social media, like everyone on social media, even the pundits, mate. These pundits get paid millions throughout the year to, yes, there probably are Man United fans, but you've got to be realistic, mate, as well, haven't you? Like, I still couldn't fathom why they were getting picked ahead of Liverpool. I'm like, are you mad? Even if you're the most staunch Man United fan, one player doesn't make a team, does he?
No.
Like, even that great Real Madrid side he played in, mate, had brilliance in every area. Modric and obviously the great players.
Look at it before Zidane came in, and before you had that amazing side that won 3 Champions Leagues on the bounce. Beat us as well. Let's not beat around the bush. But that team, it had, the team before it had Di Maria, it had Gareth Bale, it had Ronaldo there, it had Xabi Alonso, it had, so many good stuff, and they couldn't do anything in Europe, and they couldn't even do anything in La Liga because Barcelona and, Atletico Madrid, I think, won the leagues, but I think maybe they might have won one. But the fact that, again, Manchester United have been put in this bracket of, they could compete. And then as well at the start of this season where Gary Neville was like, Manchester United, they've jumped ahead of Liverpool. Liverpool finished 5 points behind Manchester City last year with 22 centre-back pairings. Look at it when we've got our main two. Or what the first and third choice. Not our sixth and seventh choice, our first and third. You get absolutely battered.
We had Fabinho and Matip as well.
Endo.
And Harvey Elliott as well, add to the mix.
Harvey Elliott, James Milner went off. No Sadio Mane, no, the list goes on. And that was United's best team apart from Varane. Just saying that, to be fair.
I just wish one of our players would have sued in the corner, mate.
I was waiting for it.
Imagine the shit out of it. I reckon Trent would have done it.
Robbo. He would. If Robbo had scored, you absolutely know he would do it, and you'd love to see it as well. But guys, let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below, because look, it is an historic victory over Manchester United. Look, 5-0 doesn't come around too often. I think Liverpool is third win, I think, at Old Trafford in about 8-9 years. So don't come much. We don't lose many games. I think we've only lost once.
A lot of draws.
A lot of draws for this. But Liz says, what was the score again? 5-0. A good old 5. Mark says Ollie needs to stay. Absolutely, I would agree with that. Gary says Jude Bellingham must sign in January. What a hammering Ollie for Fergie's face and Kenny's face.
The best one, spot on there, Gary. Sorry to cut in there, but the best moment for me in that game was when the camera panned to Sancho. A man went, who have I joined here? And I bet you any money, Liverpool possibly would have been in negotiations to say, "Oh, we want to sign you" or something.
Well, look at it. We spoke about the sugarcoating from Sky Sports and Gary Neville in particular. I don't want to have a go at Gary Neville, but I think I have to because he constantly just sugarcoats over Manchester United's problems. But before I do have a little bit of a rant, Mark says I need to tie Salah down and give him what he wants. Yeah, at the minute, best in the world, isn't he? At the minute, mate. But he said when I think Liverpool went 5-0 up that the players have to show more. And I would agree to some extent to Manchester United. The likes of Paul Pogba, Paul Pogba come on. We all know,
he's an absolute shambles.
Yeah, the tackle he did on Naby Keita. I thought instantly it was a leg breaker because I thought he got him just under his kneecap. So I thought, like, oh, Jesus Christ, this is bad. Luckily, it wasn't as bad as first thought. But when, they're having a go at the likes of Jadon Sancho, Donny van de Beek. These are two players that have quite clearly shown on the top level of club football in the Champions League and Bundesliga in the respective leagues, Eredivisie and so on, that they can do it, and they can do it. Jadon Sancho last year was one of the best wide players, in Europe on numbers, and
somehow he just stops playing, doesn't he?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like the same Donny van de Beek. Donny van de Beek was in the Ajax side that nearly reached the Champions League final to play us. With
he's
the
a quality player, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. And they have the team there. Marcus Rashford, Greenwood, Bruno Fernandes. And we all know, we all like to take the pick, I wanted to say something else then. Take the mick out of, Bruno Fernandes. But he is a good player. They've got players there. It's the manager. The manager will never ever be good enough. And the fact that we're all winding United fans that would give Ollie a lifetime contract, it just screams hilarious. Like, it's hilarious, and it's lovely to see because the amount of years that Liverpool had this, from the end of Rafa's time to probably about 20, until Jurgen come. You could say, I know we had the title challenge in 13-14, but after that, it was a bit shite. Then, excuse my French, but it's nice to see now that United are really in the mud, and they've been in the mud since Fergie left. And I'll ask you this, Jack. How long does he have left realistically? I know we all joke that he needs a lifetime contract, and look, let's be honest, he does. But how long does he have, and who comes in to replace him? Because I don't think people will shout Zidane. And that, I don't think Zidane's the manager to have a rebuild. He wants money thrown at him. And
it's going to be mad, isn't it? But I think with Zidane, you need a manager that actually walks into their changing room. First off, you need to sack off doing this. What is it? Jailing shit, whatever. He's doing that lazy when they're getting B5 probably in the changing room. No, mate. If Fergie was around, he would have absolutely battered Jesse Lingard if he seen him do that. Pogba. And I don't think Zidane would want to come into this mess. I don't think any manager would want to come into the mess because they've got a lot of players that play for themselves, most importantly. And even
Ronaldo.
City the players play for themselves and not the badge in a football club. And you look at the 11 men on the pitch today for Liverpool. Yes, you can talk about pressing. If you're playing for any football club, whether that be in the Blue Square Premier League or football club that you're getting paid handsomely by, even if it's 10 quid, you're getting paid by the football club, the bare minimum is that you at least press and try and win the ball.
Yeah.
You can talk about pressing all day long, but at the end of the day, we're speaking about coaching and management. But sometimes the players have got to take a responsibility as well. As bad as they are coached at Man United and we take the mickey, but the players, it just says to me, and you even have to watch Paul Pogba's interview last week. Even he's Ollie out. And even that red card screamed to me. He was like, I'm out of here. I can't be conceding more goals. And
well, remember Gerrard with Blackburn, how we all thought that he missed our penalty for Roy. and just I don't think we've ever seen a CVG penalty like that before. I think like a couple of hours later, Roy was gone. Like that screams the
he
level.
missed that on purpose. Yeah, players have got an influence in the dressing room, and Ronaldo. Even when you looked at Salah's interview today, and Ronaldo, don't be wrong, world class talent. Ronaldo, we don't have to talk about him, but even he's probably, you seen him in the Euros when they won it. He's probably a bigger influence on the changing room than Ollie at this moment in time.
Yeah. No, he is. What else do we have? Hello, Jeannie, Diego as well. Jeannie's in here as well. Fred was a joke, says Mark. Gary says, agreed. Gave Salah a 5 Nando restaurants and 500 grand a week. Well, fingers crossed. Mo can get the contract sorted anyway. Pogba's tackle was shot. Pogba's tackle was shocking. It was very, very bad. This Klopp fellow may actually know what he is doing. A lot of fans weren't happy with the team sheet, and I think we can all understand that. I think me and you, Jack, we spoke before the game, and we like we said, we were nervous a little bit because you look at it, no Fabinho. You look at midweek, against Madrid, against Atletico Madrid when we didn't have Fabinho there, and you look at it and you go, is this midfield going to work? And it worked perfectly. What do we know about football? And it's so good to see that the fact that Jurgen's using the squad. Look how many times we've seen why is he using Matip again? Then we hear the news that Matip's getting injured.
It's mad that even me and you, Connor, in split seconds, every single one of us do it. But how many times has Jurgen Klopp got to define the whole fan base as well? Yeah. But that man was so blessed to see him, not just the players as well, but he even in the build up to this week, he had all these pants down yet again. He in every avenue, he's absolutely took the mickey out of Man United, and he did on the pitch as well tonight. And there'd be no man more proud than his players. As much as his fans will be absolutely buzzing, but you're just seeing the fist pump at the end to the away fans, and obviously the amazing travelling cop as well.
That's the thing for me. That was really, really because you never see Jurgen around now do the fist bumps. He may clap, he may smile, and that he never does the fist bumps. He's now doing it because he knows how important this win is. And it's not. It's like you said, mate. It's not the fact that there's no superstars in Liverpool. There's superstar players. Yeah, don't get me wrong. There's at the minute Mohamed Salah is the best player in the world. I think pretty much everyone can agree on that at the moment. But he's not in it for himself. He's like that.
The goal for Naby as well, mate. He joked in the interview after, and he went, "I could have went on my own, but I give it to Naby."
That's the thing, isn't it? And the fact that I love about it is the fact that he is the most unselfish person he's selfish, don't get me wrong, but that's what you need for a world class player. But he's unselfish, where he can see the pass and he goes, right, pass there, goal. And that's what happened. Ronaldo, if Ronaldo is in that position, Ronaldo doesn't pass. He goes for the shot, no matter what.
10 goals, 5 assists as well already. In the league.
Yeah. He's so, for me, well, we speak about it. I'll get to your comments in a moment, guys. Please keep on commenting. But how many goals can Mo Salah get this season? He's already. I think he's plus 5 or plus 4 on what he was on his first ever season. Compared to now, how many goals could he get? Could he get 50 goals this season?
Well, I think he jokes to him. I'd never say it personally. I think even the reporter said in the build-up to this game, Ballon d'Or, and he said, "I wish, I hope," but I think these players around him would love Mo to win the Ballon d'Or. But it'd take a lot. Obviously, there's great players, Benzema, Lewandowski, as well. Messi won the Copa America. Great players, but you can't deny the fact that there's still people out there, non-Liverpool fans, that don't rate Mohamed Salah. I don't know what this man has to do, or whatever glasses he needs to break. The bitterness from rival fans. Yeah, you've got to admire brilliance when you see it. But obviously, if he was English, Mohamed Salah, all the media would love him, wouldn't he? So, probably not even the case, because if he played for Man United, it'd be the best player since sliced bread.
Yeah. Well, it's like that, isn't it? I think I think Robbie said it from AFTV. If he was Europe or South American, he would be spoken about. We wouldn't stop hearing about him because potentially he's African. Not implying that, but he doesn't get the coverage he deserves because, quite frankly, at the minute, he's unbelievable. There's no other
It's
word
because he
for
plays
it.
for Man United, plays for Liverpool, and it makes
Man United.
imagine,
Jesus
but
Christ!
yeah,
No.
it's because he plays for Liverpool, mate, and
Yeah.
it's all the rival fans. Even we could be 20 points clear, with 2 games left to go this season, and you'd still have rival fans going, "No, Liverpool won't win the league." But yeah, fantastic, mate.
As Gary said, that Canate was fantastic, but Mane not starting was odd, says Mark. I don't think it was because if you remember back last year, Jurgen dropped Mane against United, so there must be a thing there with Jota.
He just needs a bit of a rest in him, man. I think he would have been absolutely buzzing. As bad, I think himself, he'd be like, "Oh, I wish I was on the pitch," but he would just sat back and relaxed for a couple of minutes, well, a good hour.
Well,
and
it's
then he
not.
got
Well, what was
brought
it?
on.
75 minutes
Yeah.
football knowing Mane's legs. That's a really good thing. Diego says Ollie should have started a 4-3-3. His starting lineups are too predictable. You guys had Mane and Fabinho not starting. Unbelievable. And Joel Matip. Put Joel Matip in there, even though Ibu did a fantastic job. In Klopp, we trust players and fans alike. Zubin's in. Hello, Zubin. Hopefully on a fantastic day, mate. Says, what about the horrific behaviour of CR7 of kicking a dead ball into Jones? Being a player of that stature doing that is disgraceful. Disgraceful. I know that Jack was in our group chat. I know Jack was like, I was on a red card.
Yeah. It was me being quite bitter, but it was naughty to say at least.
Yeah, I think. Look, I think I thought at the time he kicked Jones. I did think he did kick Curtis Jones.
I think Jones took it well. Like if another player or the players, if that was, oh Christ, was it being Fergie all those years ago? He could have killed him.
Red card.
He could have killed him.
Well, to be fair, Fergie did say that Phil Jones could become Manchester United's greatest ever defender. So that's.
What do you mean he is?
Yeah, Ollie best manager of the world. No, Mark says easy 40 plus. That's with most goals. Ollie
especially if we play Man United every weekend.
Yeah, Jesus Christ! A noob, I think it is. Naby Keita was like the engine for today's game. After Naby's gone, we stopped scoring. Yeah, exactly. And look, luckily, we were 5-0 up at the time, but fingers crossed that isn't a bad enough injury. I did say on Twitter, I have a bad feeling it's going to be like Thiago's injury last year.
I wish players were given more than 3 games, mate.
It should be given more than 3 games. I was thinking the exact same thing.
Like, even I know it's the magnitude of the game, but magnitude of the challenge. Surely you're endangering a player. I'm not just saying this because it's a Man United player, but even if a Liverpool player done that on a United player, or I'd be saying exactly the same, regardless of the opposition or player.
Yeah.
You can't be doing that. Like, even if he's angry or whatever, you're taking into account. If that you're putting him in danger heavily. That is not a career-ending challenge, but it could possibly be with different angles if a player directs at the speed. But it's just rash and it's poor. You'd expect better than a player of Paul Pogba, really.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Scored more than Drogba, says Mark. Yeah, Mo has scored more now than Didier Drogba. So best African player ever in the Premier League.
Hands down, easy.
Ronaldo should have gone first half. Absolutely. Zubin says if it was the other way around, what would have happened? Red card.
You would have seen all the Man United players in the referee's ear, and you would have seen Bruno crying his eyes out to the ref. Come on, ref, give me cards.
Did you see him crying in the second half when I think it was Hendo? I think it was Naby. He got the ball. And he went through Bruno's legs to get the ball, and he just screamed on the floor for I loved it. It was absolutely brilliant. How will today's win affect the team selection for the next few games? You have a heavy schedule ahead. Practically midweek, none of the team will start. Ibu and maybe Joe Gomez will play centre off, but then the rest would be ins and outs like Ox, Minamino, Origi.
We're so strong though, mate, aren't we?
Yeah, we
I
are.
know, or me, you, a lot of Liverpool fans, the whole fan base as well, probably look at it in January and go, if we can add one or two more, it'd be great, especially when in our great position. But I tell you, even our second team against Preston, mate, would be very strong. Even Nico Williams, I know he's not everyone's biggest fan, but he's still a quality player. And you got Costas to come in. And obviously you mentioned Ibu or Matip, whoever plays, the young players as well. Curtis Jones, Ox when he did come on as well. He'll be biting at the bit. Origi, you know what you're going to get when he does come in. Minamino. The competition will be breathing throughout this squad. And I know we would like the Capital One Cup's not everyone, whatever you call it now, the Mickey Mouse Cup, but it's not a Mickey Mouse Cup, it's a cup at the end of the day, and Liverpool have won it. We're joint with Man City. For me, I want us to win everything, mate. Even if it's a five-a-side game, I want Liverpool to win a game. I want us to win everything, and we've got the squad capable of doing that.
Well,
with one or two additions as well.
Well, yeah, you say that it's like even the academy 11, Kate, Harvey Elliott, you could still class under that. Kate Gordon, Owen Beck, Connor Bradley. There's so many good players coming up and through. It's ridiculous the amount of good process. But at the minute, Liverpool's team at the minute is one of, if not the best in the world at the present moment in time. I'll say it now before we get into it.
Gary.
Salah is fucking porn.
You'll probably see the highlights on certain websites tonight after that game. So
some beginning with P anyway. Wait, what?
It's not a match of the day. Wait, what?
Yeah, Doug's in as well. 5-0. Wow. Yeah, it was a wow game. Jeannie says, "Get in, Doug." Gino says, "The boss reaction is
we'll watch that.
We'll watch that.
We'll watch that
in a moment." But Barnes says, "Hi, Connor, Doug, and good win." No, hi to Jack. No. But I don't know. Everton away and Aston Villa will be more tricky matches in the season. A clean sheet and well done, Kanate. I'm happy we won. Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. And Mark also put in Kostas Tsimikas as well. Yeah. I'm not going to say his first name. Old like Konstantinos Tsimikas.
Yeah, literally. Just the Scouts. The Scouts.
Greek Scouser. Yeah. But mate, I'll ask you this before we do head off, because we have been live for half an hour. Man of the match for today. Can you pick someone out? I think you may.
It would be Mo, but for me, I want to give it to Debu, because I know because Salah probably gets man of the match every week, and rightly so because he's world class. But for me, the game and magnitude, and Virgil van Dijk played very well as well. Our back line was fantastic, but the magnitude and the performance, the age of the lad as well. Not many young players, centre halves, do that in world football. He stepped in, and Matip has been playing class for us this season. But yeah, fantastic, mate. Ibu for me, just for the sheer confidence of the performance, and he's emptying his pockets tonight, and he's got his little miniature Cristiano Ronaldo in his back pocket.
Yeah, absolutely. If I think we could all pretty much say Mo Salah, but for me, I'm gonna go Naby Keita. Thought as someone mentioned, he was the engine in that midfield today, and look, I thought he was absolutely fantastic. Hopefully, and fingers crossed, his injury isn't too bad. Of course, we'll keep updates on the channel and so forth. But for me, absolutely fantastic. Nice to see him getting a goal as well. We talk about Dossena getting a goal. Against that.
Whoa, Naby's a bit better. So, a lot better.
No. Well, to be fair, he got a goal against Madrid, and he also got a goal away at Manchester United. So just saying. So but no. Look, hopefully there's good news about Millie as well with his injury, and hopefully it's good news with Naby as well in the next coming days.
Well, even if it is bad gone, it's a massive opportunity for Ox in it. And Jones, Reds, with certain things that happen to the football club.
Minamino as well. Like Minamino, could he get in the number 8 role? That's going to be a tell. But yeah.
Oh wait, Mark, what was there something about prediction? Jack getting accurate with his predictions. Mark, it worked. It was only I was throwing darts at a dartboard. Surely you're eventually going to get a bullseye. One's going to hit, aren't you?
So, to be fair,
yeah.
McKendo's
I think I said 5-1 on Doug's show, but
No,
I did originally go 5-0. I said 5-0.
I think you said 5-0. Yeah, you said last week against Watford, you said 5-0. For this one, you said 5-0 again. You got
it was Porto went out with fucking batter them. We did.
It's like 8-2.
Everyone was going 1-0. So I was like, nah.
Well, I said we'd batter United and win 4-1. Like, I thought that was a battering goal score. I was close, but no, you know.
But even Navarre was going our way as well. They were getting, even though he was about 10 yards offside Ronaldo anyway. But
it was like that when they were like the lines come up. It's like, oh, that's close. Like, it's not close. It's miles off. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, I hate Sky Sports. Whoever's in charge, like British football coverage, please bring another service. Like, I know BT's there, but like BT's just.
They will be eventually soon. We spoke about it. Netflix style of football. Eventually, there's enough money within streaming service. The new way, it's a DAZN or something. There'll be
DAZN,
and then and you can actually pay a subscription, a yearly subscription, and then you can pick and choose who your commentators are.
Exactly.
Peter
Jury all day.
Peter Jury and Jim Beglin. Oh, what a commentary every single week. Christ.
Imagine that.
I'd pay £100 a match to watch commentaries, especially when we're winning.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the post-match reaction to Liverpool absolutely battering Manchester United, 5-0. You won't see any Manchester United fans on any social medias at all because they're all hiding in their rocks, to be fair. But, guys, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button if you're new as well. Like I said, apologies for no preview shows, no shows really the last couple of weeks. Hopefully we'll get back into the tune of things anyway. Please head over to Jack's channel as well. We did do a a post-match show on Jack's channel anyway, so please go and check out Jack, guys. All the links will be in the video description down below. And yeah, we'll see you next time, guys, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. I think the Formula One has already been on. I think it was on like 38 hours ago. So if you guys are fans of that, please go and enjoy that. Ballum says cup counts up to 600 soon.
Come on, Ed, get on to 600. Come on.
Hopefully, and I have said this, and we did say this, if we get a K, we will do a cooking thing because Liz wants it. And Jack doesn't know how to cook. So
I'll be putting a microwave meal in the pan.
Well, we'll sort that out anyway. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you have enjoyed, then like I said, please like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you all next time, Reds.
Ollie's at the wheel.